are live. How is everybody doing? We are here. Welcome to the broadcast. It is June 10th, 2026. Music is so loud. I'm so sorry. Well, we're here. We are here. It's good to be here. Guys, how's it going? Sorry that it took me a second to set up. I was trying to figure out, and I need you guys to help me with this, trying to figure out how to put every movie I've watched this year into a letterbox list in like the easiest way possible. And I know there's like probably a way to do it with like, you know, you got to set up like a Google spreadsheet and stuff, but I'm like, that's a million times harder than what I had planned. So there has to be a way. I don't know if anyone has any insight into that. Geez. Got a haircut yesterday, and I'm still trying to make it work. I'm still trying to figure it out. There's always something going on with my hair. It literally, it's every single stream, something going on with my hair. But guys, thanks for being here. Good to be here. Today is going to be a very fun stream. I'm very excited for today. Let me start by saying hello to all the members in chat. Hello, I Exist. Good to see you as always. Soul Maxwell, Devin Bishop, Dan Word, ZJ13 Goat, Ethan, good to see you. Flowed, Joe, D1, good to see you. Moth in the Sky, Mo, Mans. What is up, everybody? What is up? How's it going? Dale, good to see you. Brandon, Z Manu, guys, it's good to be here. Today's gonna be fun. Yeah, as I said, today I had some plans to, yes, blatantly rip off the NL video, because I was like, that's a genius idea. That's a great idea. We're literally halfway through the year. It's June 2026, and I've done numbers this year. I'm on track to have my biggest year of movie watching ever. I'm watching so many movies this year. And so I kind of wanted to go through everything I've watched. I mean, we could alternatively, to not blatantly rip off Northern Lion so much, is just go through my stats so far. That might be a better idea. It might not take as long, which would be nice. Alternatively, we could do the 2020 or 2016 list and re-rank that, but that kind of sounds like it's a different day. It's a different idea altogether. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. If there's a way to just quickly add everything to a list, that would be ideal, but I don't know if there really is at the end of the day. Persona book in the background? Yes, indeed. Yeah, we'll do the 2016 list another stream. Go Knicks. Yeah, I'll be watching the game tonight. I mean, listen, so I'm not even going to pretend like I really care about the Knicks or the Spurs. I've never really been a big basketball guy. Is there... Was that... No, never mind. Okay. My epidemic sound is glitching out. Yeah, I come from Minnesota, where we would root for the Timberwolves, and there was nothing really ever exciting going on in the world of basketball in Minnesota for me personally. It's just not a sport I ever really got into, and so I can't even pretend like I care that much, but also it's hard not to get a little invested in what's going on. But yeah, go Knicks. World Cup better? Debatable. It's a loaded discussion. Some of you may be wondering if I have any updated World Cup thoughts. I don't really, although I've done a little bit more research into this year and how things are looking. And here are my thoughts. I think I'm going to be rooting for Norway. That's because I want a team that's not like so powerful and so in the clear that it's like not even fun, but I want a team that has like some chance. And Norway to me is like that team. I think I'm going to be rooting for... I also have a lot of Norwegian in me, so I obviously there's that. Like, as much as I would like to root for the US, I can't really, you know, but so I'll be rooting for Norway. I'll root for Spain, sure. As far as who I think is going to take it, I think it's got to be France. I think it's going to be France. They seem unstoppable, which kind of goes against the it's unfortunate they're in the group with Norway, but two people can move on, right? Two teams can move on from that. I'm still figuring it all out. So yeah, those are my World Cup thoughts. I think it's going to be fun. Expect some of the worst World Cup coverage you'll ever find on the internet in the coming weeks. This guy doesn't know ball. That's what makes it fun, right? 3 actually sometimes. Oh my god. Okay then. Export your data and delete all your pre-2026 logs from that export, then import it back into a list. Shouldn't take too long. Man, I really should have thought this up before stream. I've been dying for what I watched in May. I'm so sorry. Like, listen, I don't know like how candidly I can speak about this, but like, it's literally just been like waiting for sponsorship approvals, and it's been a little annoying, to be honest with you. All love, but like, yeah, my whole video schedule is out of whack right now. That Euphoria video was supposed to be out last week, and then we were gonna get May a couple days ago, but now now that Disclosure Day is coming out, I have to like make sure everything is spaced out, because you don't want to like toss everything out at once. So the point is, what I watched in May will be out tomorrow, and I'm sorry that it's taken me so long. And in that video, you will get the most in-depth I go in the video is on Obsession, so you can stop asking me for that. But it's coming out. It's coming out. I saw Disclosure Day in today's release in the UK. It's wow. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm seeing it tomorrow. It's one of those things where, yeah, once again, I feel like I'm one of the last people to see it. This always ends up happening somehow, but I'm really excited. Spaced out. Thoughts on the Social Reckoning teaser? Yeah, that's pretty much what we were going to lead the day with. I'll get into it in a second. First, I want to thank this super chat from Corbin. Appreciate the support. Hey, Karst, hoping I could get a rec for a good mystery thriller in the vein of Memories of Murder, Zodiac, Cure. It's one of my favorite genres. I'm glad you asked. If you haven't seen Red Rooms yet, that's one of my favorite new thrillers that kind of falls into that camp. I'd also recommend All the President's Men. Sure, it's kind of a good... It's not really a thriller, though it has some scary elements. Very good procedural. What else? Shoot. Blowout. Give that one a shot. And The Conversation as well. More thrillery than horror, but The Wailing, also a good rec, yes. I was going to recommend The Post, but that feels a little too similar to All the President's Men. Carson, my Discord got banned. Your username? I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what to do about that. I'll get my best guys on it, though. Is it in my Discord? Sometimes they flag things that have no business being flagged, and I apologize for that. It's the way we set it up, but I'll look into it. I'll get my mods on it. John's not here, as usual, so I'm going to text him. But anyway, I'll talk about Social Reckoning in a second. Yeah, so out of nowhere today, this morning, out of the blue, we got the Social Reckoning trailer. Very interesting thing to look at for the first thing I watched today with my eyes. I woke up, I opened my phone, it was right there. And it's bad. let's just get it out there. It looks bad, which I kind of expected. It was everything I feared it would be. The cinematography looks terrible. The direction feels off. It feels like a parody. The use of the social network score in the end felt really forced and bizarre and desperate to like do something, and it just felt like out of place. I think performances look good, and like they're actually too good for this movie, for whatever this movie's gonna be. The script even feels like it's a little too good for what this movie's gonna be. Like it's just really unfortunate that Aaron Sorkin is directing this thing, because it really does look like dog shit. Strong's going all out. He is, if nothing else, like we have a strong Jeremy Strong Oscar contender, maybe, but the movie could really bring that down. Like, if nothing else, we'll get to see a lot of Jeremy Strong in something, and I'm always happy about that. I think Mikey Madison looks pretty good. She's doing a good job. It was funny. I was in the same camp as a lot of people when I couldn't understand what she said at literally the beginning of the trailer. It's the first line you hear, and it kind of comes out like she's mumbling a bit, and I was like, wait, what did she even say? A bold choice for the opening of the trailer. But then once I looked up, like, I saw the subtitles, I was like, okay, now I can hear it. Just an odd detail in the thing. But she's good. She's good. Bill Burr is there, kind of doing like what I can only describe as something comparable to Seth Rogen in Steve Jobs. Kind of has that vibe. Who else is there? Oh, why am I always forgetting his name? Jeremy Allen White. He's fine. Nothing bad. No performance is bad necessarily, but it's all kind of like odd and feels, I hate to say it, a bit like a fake movie. Someone said SNL movie trailer, and I was like, that's pretty much exactly it. I can't say it any better myself. Carson threatened me over text for not being here. It's true. I have John on a tight leash. Glad I'm not alone. Couldn't understand what the hell some actors were saying. Yeah, it was like it's insane how much they're doing a disservice to the script, and that's coming from the guy who wrote the script. As far as I know, it's just like the guy does not know how to direct his own material, which is really kind of insane to me. I can't think of a lot of other writer-directors who are in this position. And maybe we only know this because we've seen it directed by other people throughout his career. But, like, I'm like, dude, what? Carson, did you lock John in the closet again? Yes, he's in that room, in that door behind me. Running a tight ship here. I mean, this is how we get the kind of quality. I'm not going to keep going on this bit. Has Sorkin directed a great film, though? Has Sorkin directed a great film? No. I don't think I've actually seen, like, a great movie. I think Molly's Game is fine. I think Molly's Game is probably the best I've seen. I think Trial of the Chicago 7 is fine. Elements of it, not that bad. Trying to think if I never saw Being the Ricardos during Pride Month, Carson. God damn it, man. That's not what I meant. Who's the worst writer turned director? God, I mean, it might be Aaron Sorkin, man. Like, just the drop off in quality is really aggressive. But give me a second to think about that. I don't know a lot of examples, to be honest. It's hard for me to think up some examples off the top of my head. Trial is so okay. Yeah, Trial is, like, not offensively bad. It has some bad moments, for sure. I can't shit on it too much as Mike Brunleib, who was the lead in Dirtbag, was in Trial of the Chicago 7. Small but great role. Have you seen Dix the Musical? I still haven't. No, I need to see that. So yeah, I guess, like, off the bat, I wish I had more thoughts other than it just looks really unfortunate, but that's kind of how I feel. I was cringing through the trailer, just alone watching it. I was like, I feel embarrassed to be watching this, to have ever been, like, a little excited for this movie. It feels embarrassing. I'll be seeing it opening day. Don't get me wrong. I will be seated and I'm excited to watch it. It's one of those movies, but I am not expecting it to be very good. Also, like, if we were to separate the directing from the writing, even the screenplay off the trailer alone feels way too wordy and heady, which is, like, kind of the Sorkin thing. Like, he likes to write stuff that feels like a punchline, like a real moment, but a lot of it I was like, what do you mean she's the disruptor? Like, what do we say? The more we say, the more confused this thing is. So I don't know. I'm eager to see how it all kind of comes together. Maybe it just doesn't really work for a trailer. I'm really hoping for the best here, but Theo, thank you for the super chat. Hey, you should get back to mentioning your favorite album of the year on your best of the year list. In 2023, you did that, and I got a great rec. Hey, that's a good idea. You know, I forgot that I used to do that. Yeah, thank you. And it also encourages me to like kind of branch out and listen to more throughout the year. My favorite album of last year was not a very original one. It was the Geese album, and so I don't know if that would have been a new rec for a lot of people, but could have still mentioned it. I don't know what it is this year. It might be the Blade album's what I've listened to the most. I exist. Thank you for being a member for 8 months, man. Damn, we've been doing this for a while. Thank you for all the support. What is your opinion? What, in your opinion, is the coolest name that a movie director has? Mine is Jim Jarmusch. that one is pretty good. Harmony Korine is one of my favorite director names. I do like Harmony Korine a lot. Like, that's just a really good name for a director. Jim Jarmusch is up there. Wes Ball kind of makes me laugh. I don't know why that's at the top of the head. I like Wes Ball. Jacques Tati is that one rolls off. The John Cassavetes is like, yeah. Wim Wenders. Alfred Hitchcock. Come on. Carson, I fell off my electric scooter yesterday. It's not going well. Maxwell, I'm really genuinely sorry to hear that. Like, no joke, falling off an electric scooter sounds incredibly painful. One of my worst nightmares. Did it hit like a pebble? Because I feel like that's how I used to fall off my Razor scooter growing up. Ty West, because why the fuck is it spelled that way? Ty West is a pretty good name. Celine Sciamma always feels so good to say. I love saying it. Celine Sciamma. Denis Villeneuve. Sure. Steven Spielberg also it's one of those names that was meant to be a director name. Antonioni. Now that's a good one. Yeah, now we're cooking. Kiyoshi Kurosawa. I think I like Kiyoshi Kurosawa more than Akira Kurosawa. The Akira Kura thing kind of, you could call that satisfying, or it could be like a tongue twister of sorts. Whereas Kiyoshi Kurosawa feels like a dance, you know? It's a bit of a song. Pier Paolo Pasolini. Now we're talking. Antonioni is maybe the best one. Taika Waititi, pretty good. There's something a little awkward about it, but I like it. Ari Aster, yeah. Directors where it's like their initials are the same letter. Usually a pretty safe place. That's why I think Kiyoshi Kurosawa works better. Steven Spielberg, Ari Aster, Wim Wenders, Jim Jarmusch. Pavel Kowalski. I do love Greg Araki, especially the double G at the end. Greg Araki is pretty great. Boots Riley, of course. Robert Eggers just makes me hungry. Oh, dude, that one actually does feel really good to say, especially when you put a little bit of the R into it. Pedro Almodovar. That one's actually like one of the most satisfying. I love saying that name. Pedro Almodovar. Are you going to see Stop That Train? What's the deal with that? I'm opening this one up to chat. Like, I should have done my research, but like, I keep seeing a bunch of so is there AI in the film? Is that like a big rumor? Because I heard that I've heard from some sources that like a rumor started on TikTok that there was a lot of AI, and then like the internet ran with it. And then I heard that like that's not actually true, but then I heard that like it is true. I don't really know what's happening with that movie. And it's a RuPaul drag queen movie? Okay, I didn't know that either. I didn't know that existed. Really out of touch with Stop That Train. Spike Lee? I like Spike Jonze even more. And it's spelled with like a Z, you know? Is it spelled with a Z, or is that in my head? Do you watch RuPaul? I've never seen an episode of RuPaul, no. I was actually also just unrelated. I was talking to my roommate right before this saying I've never seen an episode of Love Island either. Like, I'm really out of touch with stuff like that. Like, I've never watched Traitors, Love Island, RuPaul. That's not a space that I indulge in. I've seen like Great British Bake Off. That's the most I've indulged in like a modern reality show thing. Mr. Orange Jules, thank you for the super chat. Would you ever use AI for one of your films? Hard no. Though I like, there's like obviously generative AI, absolutely not. I will say, and I've said this many times, that like Premiere has for years had like AI features built in. Like, you could call audio synchronization AI to an extent. That's a bit of a stretch. But, like, there's certain things that are, like, AI adjacent that I've used to, like, speed up my workflow in Premiere while editing. But the act of, like, using AI to make anything, like, writing related or for, like, any generative shit is, like, a hard no. That's a big no-no on my part. Auto transcription is definitely AI, and I can't live without it. That's what I'm saying. Like the captions. I mean, I'm pretty sure like FaceApp has been using AI to an extent for years. I can't confirm that. I mean, but it's like there's apps that I've been using my whole career on YouTube that have used like AI technology to speed things up, but it's only like helped me, and it's not like the same as the AI that is that I think you're referring to. Drag Race is so fun. Maybe I should tap in. I've seen some clips out of context that make me laugh. I've seen the Jimmy Fallon clip, of course. Harvey, thank you for the super chat. What happened with What I Watched May and Evangelion? It's coming out tomorrow. Been some scheduling issues with sponsors, but it's coming out. And Evangelion, I think maybe this summer. I'm going to get into it. Gus Van Sant is pretty cool, too. True, actually. Yeah. Gus Van Sant. Speaking of good director names. We'll talk about that later today. I didn't mention that, but yeah, today's movie club movie was My Own Private Idaho. One that's been on my watch list for a very long time. One that I'm actually... It's shocking that I haven't watched it until now. But I'm excited to talk about it. I'm really happy that I've now finally seen it. Really wish for a variety of reasons that I watched it sooner, but we'll get into all that later. How do you make your thumbnails? Like the parents' favorite movie ones where you change your appearance. I always assumed it was ironic AI. I mean, I don't know what kind of technology they're using. I go through FaceApp for that. It's like one of my favorite things to do, and I've been doing it for years. Is like I love making these ridiculous, goofy ass filters. I don't know. I'm assuming maybe there's like some AI technology there, but they don't list it, which is interesting. I don't know how they do it. I haven't read the fine print, and that's always been. I've talked to some people about it. I'm like, should I not be doing this? But I think they look too funny, and it's also been technology that's been used for years that I'm kind of like, I've kind of given myself a pass for doing it, but like, yeah, definitely something maybe I should be looking into. But FaceApp's been around, and they've had those kinds of features. They've just kind of gotten better throughout the years, but that's how I use those for those thumbnails. Your face in ranking my favorite movies is something? No filter on that one. That's just me on a good day. Daredevil the movie is also a hilarious film. Haven't seen it. Haven't heard much about it. Did you like Killers of Sheep? Great film. Fantastic movie. Yeah. Really good movie. Another one that I'm like, I wish they showed this to me in film school. Not that it's like, not to reduce it to just being a film school movie, though I think it's like the kind of thing that if you were in film school, you would greatly benefit from watching it, as it puts a lot of attention on form and like film structure and like what a movie can be. It's like, and this is one of the craziest things I'll ever say, but it's like if Gummo was actually a bit tamer. It's a similar kind of like portrait movie, you know? I don't know if that's that much of a stretch to say, but it's got a similar film structure to what Gummo is doing, and I think gives it to you a bit lighter than that. But I love movies that can pull this off. I think it's like if you can make that kind of movie work, you're in magical territory. That's when movies start to feel like, you know, nothing else out there. I want to watch more of his work, Charles Burnett. I've had a couple of his films in my watch list for years, and I'm glad I started with this one, as it feels like it's his most iconic. But yeah. Is there any movie that you would never rewatch? I mean, there will be movies that I don't rewatch before I die, and that I have no urge to rewatch. I mean, a lot of bad movies. Yeah, I never want to watch Alice in Wonderland again, the Tim Burton one. What else? I don't know. I'd rewatch Superman. I've gone on record saying that I'd love to rewatch it, going with a bit more open heartedness to what it's doing. I'd rewatch a Minecraft movie. If one day I have kids and they want to watch it, I'll be like, you know, if the kids want to watch it, the kids want to watch it. There's some stuff I don't think I would put on. I would show and I've said this before, I'd put the Minecraft movie on for children of mine quicker than I would the Super Mario Brothers movies. Any day. Like, there's no debate. Those might be better movies at the end of the day, but I would feel better in my heart about putting on a Minecraft movie. Serbian film, yeah, I'll probably never watch that one again. Yeah, a bunch of those band movies. I don't want to watch Serbian film. Human Centipede 2. No. I would not rewatch the original Faces of Death, but I would keep going down that franchise. You have any hope for the Zelda movie? I do. Yeah, I trust, speaking of Wes Ball, I trust him, because he's directing it, right? He did a good job with the new Planet of the Apes. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but the appeal of it was like the world building and the atmosphere he built. And I think that's like a huge part of Zelda that I really need out of this. And so I trust him to make something at the very least nice to sit in. Though I wouldn't doubt, like, I'm sure Nintendo will have like a lot of, you know, manipulation, and yeah, it will be heavily meddled with. Have you ever talked about the Beatles casting? I think I have a little bit. I don't have any, like, I'm not against it, I guess. I think Paul Mescal looks and sounds, based on the stuff I've seen, like pretty much exactly like Paul McCartney. Like, I think he's doing a good job. The rest of them, I haven't really seen that much footage to have a stronger opinion on it. But, like, on the outside, as goofy as Barry Keoghan looks, I'm like, I want to see it. I'm sure he'll do great. Carson, do you have a favorite mini-series? I think Paranoia Agent is maybe going to be the answer to that. It's so insane they're releasing them all at once. I'm like stressed just thinking about what my plan is for that already. Like, I'm already stressed about it. I don't want to think about it until I have to. But yeah, I agree. It's insane. I might have to go to Ringo first for the bit. I think it's going to be a really fun time at the movies, though. I think it's going to be really fun to, like, there will be such a community around the fact that everyone's watching like different movies that are all kind of the same at the same time. Like there's something really like I'll lean in and say this is kind of fun, but I do think it's going to be a mess. Got to be an all-in-one day video. If it's possible, that has to happen. Yes, I need them to schedule it in a way where that can be done because that's the only That's the only way I want to do it. Who's your favorite Beatle? Probably George Harrison. Have you heard about the Scooby-Doo reveal? Dung. I think I saw a picture and it was just a dog. That's my thoughts on that. 24 hours in a cinema video at the same time as the Beatles video. Easy peasy. If I can pull that off, you bet your ass I'll do it. Happy to do it. What did you think of Get Back? I thought it was great. That's also probably something I'll never rewatch. To answer your question, that's something that I enjoyed that I don't think I'll ever rewatch because it's just so long and so tedious, but like interesting. But it's not something I feel much of a need to revisit. But yeah. Are you seeing Tuner with Dustin Hoffman? I am. Yeah. I got to make sure I don't miss it's probably happening right now, the theatrical release. But like, I was looking forward to it. I saw like a bit about it when I was at TIFF last year because it was there. And I was like, that looks, whatever. Like one of those TIFF movies that you never hear about again. But then I saw the trailer when I went to see Chime a couple months ago and was like, this shit looks kind of good. Like, I'm open to this. I kind of feel like I'm going to enjoy it. Have you seen the Coriata Look Back trailer? I can't remember. I don't know if I actually have seen the trailer. I've seen the poster, and I know the trailer came out, but I'm trying to remember if I actually watched the trailer. Carson, what's the most disturbing movie you've seen? I don't know if this is the answer because it's been years, and I don't know if I would agree with it now, but I do think Irreversible has to take the cake. I think that's the most I've been like physically repulsed and affected by something I've watched. It's really like I was gonna say that's one that I'll never rewatch, but it's been many years and I've talked about and watched so much more Gaspar Noé since that I'm like, I'm very curious how I would respond to it now, all these years later. But that's like, I think unquestionably the most disturbed I've been by something. More than Serbian film. Serbian film and like Irreversible is not innocent of this. It is very much the same in that it's like actively trying to get that reaction out of you. But Serbian film is just so like dumb about it. It's a lot. It's just fucking stupid. What I watched this month vid is coming tomorrow. That is the last time I'll say it. And I apologize if you just tuned in, but it's coming tomorrow, I promise. Is that this week's movie? That is not this week's movie. I had some ideas for next week's, and there's a couple that I really want to push. Let me look up my list. We're not going to do this right now, but I'm going to push for a couple from last week again. I want to push for the Delta again. I want to push for the Watermelon Woman, which has been on my list for a while. I do want to push for Weekend again. And maybe a John Waters film. I don't know. Did you get 70mm tickets for Odyssey? Oddity? Yes, I did. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I will not be seeing it in like 70. Well, so it's ridiculous. I bought my tickets a year ago. A year ago in July, I bought my tickets to the 70mm IMAX screening just to have them. but then but the whole thing is that I need to see it as soon as possible. And there was an earlier showing in 70 near me, like earlier in the day, that would work for like a number of reasons. So I got tickets for that too. And so I'm going to that, and I could hypothetically also go to the other one, and I feel kind of bad that I took this ticket a year ago, but I'm also like, this is what they get for fucking putting these tickets up a year in advance. Is like, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the schedule will be. Like, things get in the way. And to me, that's annoying. So yeah, I got two opportunities to see it. I'm not seeing it at the Music Box as of now. I mean, maybe I will not be in Chicago. What if it storms? That's the least of our worries. We will make it there. We'll have a little odyssey of our own on the way to the theater. Where's the Climax rewatch? It's happening soon. Hopefully soon. It's definitely not going to be one of the Pride Month selections. But it'll happen soon. Question: have you read Odyssey? In high school, many years ago. I remember enjoying it quite a bit, actually, but I don't remember much of it. What did you think of the history in The Wind That Shakes the Barley? I mean, I'm like, admittedly, I'm not. You guys know me. I'm dumb. I don't know these things, and so I was learning a lot about it through the film. So I can't really like speak on like any of the accuracies of it, but I mean, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was tragic. It's a great movie. Let's watch Almodovar this week. Yes, man, that's actually a great idea. I like that idea. I'd be happy to revisit Pain and Glory, to be honest. I'd love to revisit that, but I don't know if that's the one. Woody Allen ranked video. It's only 50 movies. Come on, man. Come on. It's probably not going to happen. You deadass forgot Training Day in the last monthly video? I did not. It's having just edited together my May video. It'll be there. And if I don't like talk about a movie in a given month, it's probably because it got pushed into the next month, which is what happened with Training Day. But it's there. I promise. Robert Altman ranked, if you're a real fan, to be honest. Like, deep down, yes, I would. That's the one I want to do the most. There's a lot of directors where I would just love to do, and this is why I'm kind of a coward, is like, I should just do the damn videos. But I'm like, are people going to watch that? Like, they need to be a big director. But I'm also like, who cares? Just do the damn video. Spielberg's obviously next. And it's just a matter of getting through that filmography as soon as I can. Which I should really, like, start doing now. But Jim Cameron is so doable. I'm just a couple movies away, yeah. Oh, yeah, no one's really asked me, I mean, unless I missed it, but no one's really asked me about the new Gregoraki trailer, teaser, I should say, for I Want Your Sex, which I thought looked great. I've been so curious for months about what this movie would look like. I've had no idea what this movie looked like. I've just heard, like, little things from friends who have seen it who are like, it's fun. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's fun. And I'm like, but I gotta know, like, what a Gregoraki movie in 2026 looks like, and I think it looks great. Like, maybe a hot take, but it's very bright. It looks kind of like some of the substance, I would argue, where it's like comically bright. Has like a sort of kind of reminds me of that movie from a few years ago, Pleasure, which is about the adult entertainment industry. Like, it has like this very bright kind of ugly look to it that works for the subject matter. utterly disappointing that Iraqi doesn't shoot on film, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it would look better if it was shot on film. His stuff that was shot on film looks better. But I also think like his style works well for what this is, you know? But yeah, no, I'm really excited for it. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be raunchy and silly, and yeah, there's a shot where Cooper Hoffman's hitting the like looking down the barrel of the camera, smiley face look. That I'm like, we're back, we're back. Greg Araki's back. Are you looking forward to the invitation? Do you mean the invite? The Olivia Wilde one? Because I am, yeah. I have my tickets. One of my most anticipated, actually. Carson, this is kind of random, but I watched Infinity Pool a few days ago, and I don't get the hype you gave it. I get the message, but it got to a point where it was shock over actual characters. You are not in the minority here. You're pretty much everybody who's ever came up to me to talk about that movie, being like, "What do you see in this?" I totally understand. That's another one that maybe I'm very curious how it's going to go over on a rewatch. I've met barely anyone who's on my wavelength with it. Like nobody is fucking with that movie the way I am. Cuz I think it's a really fun time, and I do think it's like shocking and maybe a little over the top to a point where it's like doing that over any character development, but I don't know. I think it's like one of the I think that's like what you should be making as a nepo baby. Like recognize your strengths and just lean all the way in. That's what that movie is to me. And I think it's fun. And I also it's using Alexander Skarsgård in a way that I've wanted directors to just like really, sorry to keep saying this today, but lean into. Because I think it really understands the appeal of Alexander Skarsgård, and that he can do anything you want him to do if it works. I already answered the shocking movie question. I said irreversible. I guess that's most disturbing. Shocking, I guess, different, but not really. Have you seen anything in AMC's 70mm? Going to see Disclosure Day and wasn't sure on how well it will be. Thoughts? Have I? I don't think so. I have a 70mm tag on Letterboxd. I can check that now. I'm pretty sure everything has been at like the Music Box in Chicago. Vista, Music Box, Vista, Music Box, Music Box, Music Box, Music Box, Music Box, Music Box. Yeah, no, I haven't. I've seen plenty of big old IMAX stuff at AMC, but none of their 70mm screenings, no. You're good, Luke. It's all good. Just saw Pig starring Nicolas Cage, and it was great. Yeah, it's a good movie. His new movie's coming out like next week, right? The Robin Hood film with A24, the director. I forget what his name is. Michael, I want to say. I wasn't a huge fan of his Quiet Place movie, but I think he's a good director. And the Robin Hood movie looked promising, but have you seen IMAX 70mm? You know, I haven't. I'll own up to it, you know? As a movie guy, I haven't actually seen IMAX 70mm, and I know I should. And I had tickets to the Odyssey to see it. And now I might have to go to this other one, which is just normal 70mm. I'm spoiled here, but yeah, no, I've never actually done it. Maybe like for a separate Odyssey screening, I'll make it happen. But there's, you know, the AMC City Walk at Universal Studios is here in LA, and I hear it's a legendary screen, but I haven't actually been, so I got to get on that. How important is 70mm actually? Not to sound like that guy, but I genuinely think it makes a huge difference. Every time I've revisited a film, in 70 when I've already seen it like at home. Like The Master, for example, saw that at home and thought it was good, rewatched it in 70 and had like a spiritual experience with it. Playtime, really good, but maybe not the, I mean, that's really good for that kind of movie just because it is a lot of wides and you see just like so much detail. And it's also a visually stunning movie, but maybe not the example you're looking for. But Dark Crystal, I think, like, it's looked absolutely unbelievable. Beautiful, beautiful print. I think it makes you see these movies in a way that's like a much more special than you could watch them otherwise. Like you just see parts of the film that you couldn't see before. It feels like you're watching something that's special. And I don't know how else to put it. It's a hard one to like put into words why it's so great. But I hate to lean into the stereotype, but seeing stuff in 70 is the way to go. It really is beautiful. 2001. Get the fuck out of here. You better give Seven Psychopaths a rewatch. One day, man. One day. But I rewatched it fairly recent, so I can't really say that's it's going to be very different. It wasn't my thing at the end of the day, but that's okay. The Searchers is great on 70. The Searchers I saw in 70 as well. Yeah, at the Music Box 70mm Festival. And that was another one where I was like, I was already like on the John Ford train and was like, his movies look unbelievable. And he lights things like nobody else. No one understood light like he did. And to see that kind of thing on 70, man, was just unreal. Just unreal. Carson, my brother loved Pulp Fiction when I watched it with him. What should I show him next? This was unexpected. Next place to go, and this is going to sound like a stretch, but it works. I would say next place to go is Mystery Train with Jim Jarmusch. I think that's the logical next stage you go in your cinephile journey. Go if you're fucking with Tarantino, if you like how it was a distinct, cool style, it's playing with structure. Go a little deeper with Jarmusch and see how that goes. He might be like, "Oh, this is cool. The movie is cool." Like it's one thing to have cool characters, but what if the actual movie is cool? That's what it's all about. A Nolan ranked video after the Odyssey would be cool. Yeah, I'm due for it because I think Oppenheimer is at the top. I think Oppenheimer is my favorite Christopher Nolan movie, but I don't know if I've really spoken much about that. That's something I keep to myself, but it's kind of true. I think it's his best movie. You get in the Odyssey bucket if they got it. If they got it. I am honestly shocked you have never seen a movie in IMAX 70mm. There's absolutely nothing else like it. Yeah, I mean, I've had an excuse up until moving to LA. Like, to be fair, there are not that many IMAX 70 screens out there. So few, in fact, that the video idea of going to every single one in North America was a possibility. An expensive one, but a possibility. But now that I live in LA and I believe there's another one opening up. Oh, you know what? I have tickets to Dune 3 at an IMAX 70 screening or theater. So there will be that. There is an IMAX 70 in Woodbridge, Illinois now. Damn. I have done a Nolan ranked already. That's why I'm like, it would be a new one. I want to do a Scorsese re-rank before I do any other director again. But I have, now that I have the opportunity to wait for his new one, I won't do it until then. Like, I'll wait until the new one comes out, and then it'll be time. Your Marty one was ... woof. Yes, in some ways. But in other ways, I think, here's the thing. I think there were some essentials that are undeniable masterpieces that are way lower than they should be. On the other hand, I think what was at the top was valid. I think I nailed it at the top. King of Comedy is maybe not the best one. That's the only thing where I'm like, that's different. But I think I was ahead of the curve with After Hours, is all I'll say. People were like, what the fuck are you saying, After Hours? Who gives a fuck about After Hours? And now all these people are like, you know, After Hours is one of the best. And I'm like, of course it is, man. Of course. There's something about it that resonates with Gen Z, and I don't know what it is, but it's one of his best. I also didn't even watch all of his movies for that video. That was before I was taking this thing seriously. I didn't think a million people were going to see that video, okay? So it's just one of those things that happens to you. I need to see Kundun. I need to see New York, New York. Moth in the Sky, thank you for the super chat. Leviticus comes out next week. You should watch it. I was invited to the premiere in LA, and I'm scared to check when that was or is because I don't think I'll be able to make it. But it is on my radar because of that, and I've heard it's great. After Hours top 3 movies, to be honest, of all time. That's also valid. Yes. How do you feel about being asked to rank things in general? I mean, I don't mind. It's fun. It's fun to rank. I used to look down at the ranks, to be honest. Like, there was a period where I was like, this bullshit. And I think it's because I was getting yelled at for my ranks, and I was like, it doesn't fucking matter. But in recent years, I think starting with the Studio Ghibli ranked video that I did, that has now been tragically taken down and will be up for patrons or something at some point. But like ever since doing that video and deciding to go like deeper with it, and like really embracing the fact that this is basically just like celebrating the work of a studio or a filmmaker in full, I've come to I love doing the ranks. I mean, it's awesome. I like every time I do them, it's more of a commitment than it used to be, certainly, because I want to like really go deep and like dive into all of them and look at each film in the context of their career and what it means. And like, you know, they're a lot more work than they used to be, so I can't make them as much or as often as I used to. But every time I do them nowadays, I learn so much about the filmmakers, and I feel like it's just such a fun time. It's really interesting. I walk away knowing so much that I like more than I thought I would. Like the Coen Brothers thing was such a blast. And those are filmmakers who it's like I'd watched so much before the ranked video, so I was like, I have a pretty good grasp. And then like just catching up on like a couple hidden gems, I was like, there's a lot I didn't know about these guys. And it was really interesting to just see how their themes kind of morphed and reappeared and disappeared throughout their careers. Like seeing them work through certain ideas was so cool. So I love doing the ranked videos, man. And I wish I could do them more often. They're just so much work. Especially when it's like Spielberg and the list of movies I have to watch it goes on forever. But yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. And I'm open to suggestion. I'm now after Spielberg, I don't know who is next in line as far as like the big heavy hitters go. Like I'm trying to think of who people would like be dying to see. Because to me, then after that, it's like we were good. Spike Lee. Spike Lee's the one that I get asked about a lot. It's like Spike Lee, Akira Kurosawa. Ridley Scott would be a good one. Hitchcock is a deep one. That one goes deep. That one goes a lot deeper than people realize. Yeah, Ridley Scott, Spike Lee, and Kurosawa are all kind of like up there for me. A Tarkovsky one scares me because part of me doesn't, I don't think I'm smart enough to talk about some of his movies. But that's the point of the rank, is getting in there, get my hands dirty. John Waters, yeah. That would be a really fun time, actually. Zemeckis would be a blast. for several reasons. That's a hard one. Like, some people don't even know who he is, which is hilarious in itself, but I would love to do a Billy Wilder. I'd love to do Terry Gilliam. Park Chan-wook. The list goes on and on and on. Like, I could do this for the rest of my life easily. It just takes a lot of time. Yeah, it'll probably be Spike Lee next. After Spielberg, whenever we get Spielberg out of the way. There's also like a Martin Scorsese re-rank, so got to do that at some point. I won't have to rewatch everything, but there's some I'll probably rewatch. Baumbach would be interesting. He's got a weird filmography because it's like for a I mean, it's getting really interesting these days, even if it's not as good as it usually is. But I say it's interesting because he's kind of like doing different shit every movie. But like pre-Marriage Story, he was kind of like just doing different variations on the same thing every time he made a movie. Obviously, they were more different than that, but you need to watch more Park Chan-wook films. I know there's a lot of like older Park Chan-wook films that I haven't seen that are like, it's crazy that I haven't seen them. Are any of them gay? Would they count for this week in the poll? Besides The Handmaiden, we can't do that one because I've already seen it. But are there any other gay Park movies? Because I'm looking for new additions to the Pride Month poll. A Blue Sky Studios rank. See, and then we start introducing studios, and then we're just somewhere else. Let's, what time is it? It's 2:10 p.m. We've been streaming for about an hour. Should we start transitioning into the movie club? End with some Cine to Nerdle today? Because GeoGuessr was a disaster, clearly. Just for the record, after last stream, I went on to GeoGuessr just to practice some more. I was like, let me do this off stream. Let me just get comfortable, and I was still losing. I just think I'm completely washed at that game these days. I used to be really decent, but something happened, man. A ranked video for each Disney era, not a bad idea either. I also want to keep going with, no one has suggested this in chat unless I missed it, but like I want to keep going with my Best Picture rankings because I did that video where I ranked every Best Picture winner of the century so far, but I want to then keep going deeper and do every Best Picture winner of the 90s, the 80s, so on and so on. Because I'm like, it's when you group, like when you split it up into decades, like I can feasibly watch every Best Picture winner at some point, but the 90s are like, pretty iconic Best Picture decade. I know that I need to do 2016, but not today. And we're not going to do the 2026 Best of today because I couldn't figure out the list in time. And I should probably change the title, that said, because people might be coming in here being like, what? I'm going to change the title to The Social Karstening. I tricked you all into coming in here, and then we didn't even talk about it. I'm sorry. But, okay. Oh, Harvey, thank you for the super chat. You should do a first movie of big directors rank. That's not a bad idea. Actually, There's something there. I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to credit you if I do end up doing it. This is why I do the streams. Just to, like, get ideas out of you guys. Just to steal ideas from chat. I'm kidding. Because that's not a bad idea. That'd be really fun. Unsubscribed. We all got baited. You're still here though. Actually, let me check the live viewer count. You're still here though. Guys, let's put up some nominations for next week's movie club movie. Let's slowly transition into that because I think it's about time. You know some of my suggestions that I'm gonna put in there. I'm putting down The Watermelon Woman. I'm putting down. Someone said the Pedro Almodovar movie, Matador. Forced to retire after a goring matador, Diego Montez has since become a teacher. Among his students is Angel, a naive boy so perversely desperate to impress that he attempts... Okay. Let me think of some other options. This just might be a bit intense, but like I bet it's great. I bet it's great. Okay, Milk, maybe. Paris is Burning, not a bad idea. I'm asking for specifically gay movies because we're doing gay movies all month, and I'm looking for movies that I have not seen that are maybe even under discussed that we could watch. Is this one available to watch anywhere, though? I'm looking them up. My Beautiful Laundrette. I remember that one from last week. Someone suggested it. Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm into this. Daniel Day-Lewis, My Beautiful Laundrette. Let's do that. Let's put that one in there. Why can't I spell beautiful? It's kind of beautiful when you think about it. The Delta, I'm leaning that for sure. Rocky Horror, I've never seen it, you know. Chasing Amy. The Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant. Cabaret. Single Man. Oh, yeah. That last week was just such a good poll that I'm like, I don't know if I want to... I kind of just want to put those in there again. Kiss of Spider-Woman? What's that again? Kiss of the Spider-Woman? The 2025? Or 1985? I'm assuming the 1985. William Hurt. You know I love Bill Hurt. Okay, this one's in the running. I'm not going to put it in just yet. But that's in the running. For sure. Let me look up more about Chasing Amy. Director Kevin Smith. I didn't know this. Ben Affleck. Okay. This could be interesting as well. I should probably be reading these synopses out loud. Milk, I don't know why Milk would actually be kind of an interesting pick. I just Googled Milk. Don't know what else I expected, but honestly, well, it's two Gus Van Sant movies in a row. That would be crazy. I say we put it in there. And see what happens. You guys probably won't vote for it again, but I'm going to put in Milk just because it would be crazy if Gus Van Sant got picked again. Okay, Debs. Wait, Debs is also not a bad option. I like the idea of doing Debs. Let's do that one. These are all new. These are new from last week. It gives us a chance to kind of combine next week, see what we're feeling. Okay, guys. So next week's nominees for the Movie Club movie are The Watermelon Woman. That's my personal pick. I would love to watch it. I saw a clip for it on my feed this week, and I was like, that looks really good. So I would love to watch The Watermelon Woman. My Beautiful Laundrette with Daniel Day-Lewis. We have Milk, another Gus Van Sant movie with Sean Penn. And then we have Debs, which is an iconic film. This poll is live right now on the community tab over on this very channel. You can vote on it by being a member. If you're a member of the channel, you can vote on the polls every week. It's a great way to support the channel and to get exclusive content each week as well, or each month, I should say. I have 2 in the can that are ready to be put out, but I'm just giving it a second so that I don't overcrowd my upload schedule this week. But yeah, you get exclusive videos every month. You get to play me in Cine 2 Nerdle. You get to vote on these movie club polls. And more importantly, you get to support what we do here. It's a great way to support the channel. And we have fun. The members. So yeah, if you want to vote on the poll, consider becoming a member and supporting the channel. It is live right now. So far, The Watermelon Woman is leading the way. Okay. I say we transition into this week's movie, which you guys voted on last week, which is My Own Private Idaho. Another Gus Van Sant movie from 1991, starring Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix. It is an iconic film, one of the most iconic and important films of the new queer cinema movement of the time. Has since been considered a bit of a cult classic, but also just kind of a classic point blank period. This is one of those where it's like it shows up on lists all the time and is one that I have just been curious about and have assumed I would like for years that I just actually haven't seen. I've seen so many movies that I would assume were inspired by this film, but I've never actually seen this film until now. But we're going to watch it. We're not going to watch it. We're going to talk about it. The synopsis reads, in this loose adaptation of Shakespeare's Henry IV, Mike Waters is a hustler afflicted with narcolepsy. Scott Favor is the rebellious son of a mayor, and together the two travel from Portland, Oregon to Idaho and finally to the coast of Italy in a quest to find Mike's estranged mother. Along the way, they turn tricks for money and drugs, eventually attracting the attention of a wealthy benefactor and sexual deviant. One of those where you do want to read the synopsis, just because when you're watching it, it is a very kind of drifty, watery viewing experience. It's a film that's jumping through locations, it's jumping through time. Things feel like they're happening very suddenly, and then they come to a grinding halt. It's a very oddly paced movie. It's a tight, what is it, hour 40? A little bit over an hour 40, but has a really interesting pace. You feel like you've lived a life when watching it. You feel like you've gotten very close to these characters when watching it, though it's very brief, and it feels like it's jumping relatively quickly, but you don't ever feel like you're moving along too fast, which is really interesting. And I'll talk about the editing a bit more in a second. Yes, this is one of Gus Van Sant's most beloved films. He's got a really interesting filmography. I forgot that he did Milk, to be completely transparent with you. I first got introduced to him through Elephant, of all movies, which was something they showed us in film school, which is a very another kind of disturbing film that I won't say too much about, though it's about it's about school shooters, and the way it goes about it is very unique, and yeah, it kind of borders on being a bit experimental. It's playing with style and form in a really interesting way. It's worth a watch. But that's how I always thought of him as like a very kind of out there, bit of an edgy filmmaker. But then you remember he also directed Good Will Hunting, which is like this huge crowd pleasy hit of the 90s, which feels like it exists on the opposite side of the spectrum from something like Elephant. And then there's Milk, which we're not talking about this week. I also he's still making movies. He put out Dead Man's Wire last year, which is a great, underrated movie. I thought it was fantastic and feels, now that I've like familiarized myself with him, I'd like to say a bit more, feels like still a distinctly Gus Van Sant movie. I actually saw him in person, fun fact, at the premiere of Faces of Death, which I was invited to a few months back. I was just sitting down waiting for the movie to start, and I look up and he's standing right in front of me. And I was like, I like whispered to my friend, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's Gus Van Sant. And he just kind of like nodded to me. I was like, I don't even know what to do with this right now. Like, I'm obviously not going to go say hi. I can't, he's been intimidating, but he's just one of those directors who has had like such a presence throughout the last few decades, and is like a very important filmmaker, but feels kind of like he just is lurking in the background of things. And I don't know, it was very surreal to see someone like him in person. But anyway, yeah, My Own Private Idaho, one of his most iconic films, a favorite to a lot of people, came out, I'm going to sort by, I'm trying to see when this came out in his career. Fairly early film for him. He'd been wanting to make it for a while, I read, but was really struggling to get the financing for it. Understandably, it's a bit out there. But after the success of Drugstore Cowboy, which had Matt Dillon, people started to throw a little bit of money at the project. It also helped that Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix got on board, which was kind of a tumultuous process in and of itself. I think Keanu Reeves was open to it, which is a bit shocking to me, considering that around this time, Keanu Reeves was obviously like exploding. This was a very big year for Keanu, but he was like super open to this small kind of out there film. River Phoenix apparently a bit harder to track down. Took a while for this to get into his hands and for him to come on board. But I mean, it's, you know, the movie is kind of built off of them. Like I really wonder if this would have worked for me as much if they were not attached, because they kind of make this what it is. Like you really like fall in love with them as characters, and if that's not the case, I would imagine would be a pretty grating watch just because of how character driven it is. But two like all-timer performances from both of them. I've had kind of a coincidentally big River Phoenix week, accidentally I should say. I watched the night before this Running on Empty, the Sidney Lumet movie, also starring River Phoenix and Judd Hirsch. And I realized halfway through watching that My Own Private Idaho was also a River Phoenix movie. And I was like, damn, I'm just doing it all this week, I guess. But just in those 48 hours, very quickly recognizing how special of an actor he was. I mean, we've also watched, it's not our first River Phoenix movie here. He was also in Stand By Me. But he is like one of the best to ever do it, man. And for such a obviously tragically brief run, it's like he feels like he's not from this planet when he's acting. Like he feels like he's tapped into some other dimension, especially in this movie. I mean, he's very good in Running on Empty. I even think I like Running on Empty like an inch more than this, but here really feels like it is like his movie and you're watching it through his perspective and the film is on his wavelength more than anything. Like it feels like everything is kind of orbiting around him here. And it's really rare that you come across a performance that's like that magnetic and powerful. But I thought he was just obviously outstanding. Just his like physicality and his deliveries. It was just very sensitive in a way I found beautiful. Best Keanu performance in your opinion? That's up for debate, but this is also up there. Like it is really crazy that like next to River Phoenix, Keanu is able to kind of carry his own weight. Like he's just as good. And it's interesting. I have a lot of I'm not unlike a lot of people, I think Keanu is amazing. I love watching Keanu Reeves. I think he's one of our great faces. I mean, I love his face. I love his voice. As far as acting goes, there are cases where he is very himself in everything he's in. Like it is very rare that you see a Keanu movie where he kind of disappears into a role entirely. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think every actor needs to disappear into their roles. I think it's good to recognize like what you bring to the table and really own that. And I think Keanu is one of those people. There's just certain films that I've seen where, I mean, he works really well for The Matrix because of what that film is. Like he has a very like stoic kind of wooden presence that I think works really well for The Matrix. Point Break feels like it's on his wavelength entirely. Dracula is more of like, I love Dracula. I think it's one of my favorite Coppola movies. I wouldn't say Keanu's one of the stars of that movie, in my opinion. Like, that's one where it feels like he's maybe a little out of his element. I haven't seen, like, some of the hits. Like, I haven't seen The Devil's Advocate or Constantine. I don't remember him in The Neon Demon, now that I'm looking at it. But, as far as my favorite performance of his, it might... Looking at it, man, it might be this. It's either this or Point Break are the two movies that I think use him the best. Came out the same year, by the way, I should add. But yeah, he's very good in this. And I think it's because Gus Van Sant knows how to use him well. Like, this character himself is like a kind of in his skin, kind of out of it. He's like sort of there, sort of isn't there. You can't really tell how present in the moment he is, how much he knows and how much he doesn't know. He's a bit of a mystery in this movie, which I think is really, I think is something that Keanu can capture really well. Like, there's a sort of uncomfortableness to his performance and to his screen presence in a lot of his work where you can sense that he's a bit uneasy. And I think that works perfectly for what this character is and like what he represents to the story is like someone who, you know, has such a presence in this person's life, but is also not entirely there with him. I think that's a really tough thing to communicate as an actor. And I think Keanu does a really good job with it in this film. So I think it's maybe, my favorite Keanu performance, but, I guess I gotta go deeper. I haven't seen Bill and Ted. And I think he's fun in the John Wick films. I've only actually seen one John Wick film, so I'm not going to say films, but I think he's fun in it. We don't need to linger on that for too long. I think it's embarrassing how few John Wick I've seen, but I think he's good in that, for sure. Udo Kier is really good in this as well. I forgot that he was in this. He kind of steals the show a bit. There's not a lot of actors outside of Phoenix and Reeves who can bring it without feeling a little too kooky, in my opinion. I'll touch on that in a second, but I think he is like definitely third place in the grand scheme of this movie. I loved his brief screen time in this, but I know I gotta watch Bill and Ted. It's been on the watch list for a while. Yeah, the campfire scene, obviously kind of the standout scene here, and I think that's for a few reasons. Obviously, it is like the most for a movie that is very, again, cloudy and drifty and, dare I say, maybe a little vague, by design. I mean, the characters are pretty vague and the story feels equally as vague. It's like the one moment you get some like real transparency in the film, and it wasn't even written like that originally. Apparently it was going to be a much smaller scene and was a lot subtler, but naturally through I guess rehearsals and through like working it out with the actors, River Phoenix specifically, it kind of came to be this real I don't know, transparent and vulnerable moment in the film that like you don't really get a ton of. Like there is not this level of tenderness at any other point in the movie, and it sticks out for that reason, and it also feels very, very needed at that point in the movie. I was a little, I'll be honest with you, I was a little put off by the film for a little bit, and I think it's because of the Shakespeare of it all. It's a very kind of rowdy movie with a lot of Shakespeare and shenanigans for like a good 30 minutes or so in the first act. And I thought there was something to that. It had a very infectious energy and attitude to it that I really liked. It had a very youthful spirit that I thought was, really compelling. But I was kind of like, I don't see what people are kind of obsessed with here, and I was like trying to kind of grasp onto something, and the film wasn't really giving me an opportunity. And then almost immediately after all of that, they hit you with the campfire scene pretty suddenly. It's not something that they've like built into. It just kind of happens, which I think is also why it feels so real. I mean, that's a big part of that scene's appeal, is it just feels really personal and like very honest. And yeah, like, I mean, familiar in a way. Like it feels like a very real moment in a movie that feels a bit absurd and otherworldly up until that point. And so, yeah, and obviously River Phoenix is carrying the whole thing. It's just unbelievable what they do there. I don't think, like, there's some stuff in Gus Van Sant's filmography where I'm not entirely sure what his intentions are as a filmmaker. I think as much as I love Good Will Hunting, there's some stuff in there where I'm like, I don't really believe some of the sentimentality that he's putting down. But here there's like a real kind of like youthful edge and a real like kind of authenticity to the attitude of the whole thing that felt much more honest than a lot of what I've seen from him up until this point. I don't know if this is my favorite Gus Van Sant? Like, I haven't seen that much, and I haven't seen like some of the other iconic ones from this era of his, so I'm not gonna, I like, as of now, maybe, but it feels like the most distinctly Gus Van Sant, like the most I've seen him as a filmmaker. Because it has a very kind of loud voice about it. That's it, yeah. But what else? They did not make a shot list for this movie, which I think was very smart. You really feel that when you're watching it. Again, I think it's meant to feel very spontaneous and a bit like it's jumping through time, and like there isn't a real sort of steadiness to anything. And so you really feel that through the way this movie's shot. I mean, they switch up lenses a lot of it is very kind of shaky and all over the place. There's a lot of really interesting angles. There's a couple angles that are looking like straight down, like the one at the restaurant where he's like falling asleep on the plate. There's a lot of like poppiness and a lot of color to the way this movie looks. It's a very vibrant movie in a lot of ways, and I think that's, again, like just really puts you in the mindset of these characters, which it makes it an easy one to come back to. It's a movie that I can totally see myself just revisiting time and time again. Like it's maybe the wrong word to use, but it's a fun movie to watch. Gus is your 8 out of 10 guy. He really is, man. Because what did I give Good Will Hunting? 4 out of 5. This was 4 out of 5. Elephant, 4 out of 5. Dead Man's Wire, 4 out of 5. Guy knows what he's doing. He is consistent, if nothing else. Yeah. I think the campfire scene is obviously the standout scene here, but I also think the funeral scene near the end really hit me. There's something about the way Keanu is watching in that scene that just really I don't know, that felt like another sort of vulnerable moment in the film, a sort of closeness that it really needed, especially at that stage. Like a sort of understanding in a film of misunderstandings. I thought that worked really well. But yeah, this used to be my favorite movie. I think because of the mix of deep emotion, but also the watery, vague, almost surrealism, somehow a really honest combo. Exactly, yeah. It's a tough one to put a finger on, and like for me to wrap my brain around, because yes, it is, very dreamy and is kind of trying to match the headspace of this character and how disjointed he feels from time and space. But for all of that, and for how much it like leans into the sort of expressive elements of the form, it also feels like it's really rooted in reality, and like it's constantly trying to, I don't know, get closer to the characters. But yeah, it again, like going back to the beginning, it feels like a hard one to sum up and to look at from like a story perspective. I actually, like, before hopping on here, was trying to find more writing about it and trying to just see how people felt about it at the time and how people are revisiting it these days. And like, there's some great reviews on Letterboxd, certainly. Brian Formo has a great review on it, but like for the most part, it's really hard to find people who can go in depth on this film just off like a brief search. And I think it's just a generally kind of hard movie to like put into words, as it is, for lack of a better term, a bit of a vibe. But yeah, I really liked it. And it reminded me a lot of my favorite films out of the queer cinema movement of the time. Like I think I see a lot of specifically Mysterious Skin in this movie. I'm very curious to see like how someone like Greg Araki feels about this, because I would imagine he pulled a lot from this era of Gus Van Sant, or this film specifically, in some of his more kind of tender aspects of his career. I know people always bring up John Waters when talking about his work, but like there's a real kind of edge to it that feels more in line with what Gus Van Sant is doing here. And yeah, just also outside of that, like countless indies I feel like have pulled from this, and just how playful it is and how freeing it is with how it's telling the story. Like, it really doesn't feel like there's much of a structure or plan going into it, which works in its favor. But yeah, I really liked this. As you can maybe tell, I mean, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I mentioned that already. It was not like a total home run for me, and I think that's just because maybe I felt a little distant to some of it. Maybe I was just really trying to figure this thing out for a large part of it, and feeling maybe a bit like I couldn't get a grasp on what it was giving me. I think I love that there are so many different pieces to it, and Gus Van Sant's talked about how his goal was to kind of make it feel like a mismatch of different styles and tones and ideas, and I think that's really interesting. You get something really out there, but I think not all of it works, and I think specifically the Shakespeare stuff sort of loses me just a bit. I'm glad it's there, I guess, but it also feels like it takes us into a territory that I'm not as like on board with as some of the more tender moments. Um, I think that's the one thing that's holding this back a bit for me. It's also funny to see like apparently some people at the studio really wanted him to like take that stuff out. I think the people on the European side of the production wanted more of it, and so I think that is it's not just me. I think that's a bit of a divisive aspect of the film, but and it yeah, I agree. The first half drags maybe a little bit. It took me a second to get on board with what this was doing, but once I got there, I thought this was just absolutely beautiful. Um, but yeah, some people think it isn't queer. I don't know how you can read that. I mean, I guess maybe, but I disagree. I think this is a very very gay movie in a lot of ways that aren't even like so much on the surface. But yeah, there's also a James Franco cut of the film using unused footage along with the film footage called My Own Private River. Very interesting. Very interesting. I had no idea about that. Oh, I also loved in speaking a little bit about like all the different tones and ideas he throws in here. I love the use of like home video that keeps coming back. I mean, the whole thing feels like you're in and out of a memory. And I think that element that they really lean into in the third act, that stuff just absolutely killed me. That stuff was so good. Nader Day, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And great music all around. Yeah, agreed. Great music. Yeah, My Own Private Idaho. Great film. Glad this one got voted on. I'm glad I finally saw it. Just makes me want to watch more Gus Van Sant. Speaking of, are we going to be watching more Gus next week? The answer, holy shit, we just might. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Milk leading the way at 37%. The Watermelon Woman 33%. My Beautiful Laundrette 23%, and Debs at 8%. Oof. Listen, I'm personally pushing for the Watermelon Woman if that means anything to anybody, but that is where the poll is at. We will see who the winner is by the end of the stream. Okay. I say we transition. Actually, I might grab a quick snack, and when I get back, we are going to go into some Cine 2 Nerdle. We're going to play some Cine 2 Nerdle. But I will be back in just a second. Bam. We're back. We are back. We are going to end the stream today with a bit of Cine to Nerdle. Just adjust this a bit. Just a bit. Starting with the Burgle, which is always a disaster. Starting with Bomb, Cyborg, Factory, Hotel, Motorcycle, Nightclub, Photograph, Police, and Pregnant. Well, obviously, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Feels like... Okay, thought we were actually going to kill it on that. Thought that was going to go over a lot better than it did. Cyborg, Hotel, Motorcycle, Nightclub, Photograph, Pregnant. I don't know why Ghost... What is it called? Ghost Rider 2007 feels right. Just Motorcycle. Cyborg, Hotel, Nightclub, Photograph, Pregnant. Nightclub, Photograph, Hotel. I mean, Blade. Not Blade. Blade 19. Maybe Blade 2? How does that... Dude. A Hotel, Cyborg. Carson, you should go through your all-time stats on Letterboxd. Maybe next week. I have a question about the Spielberg video. Please hit me. Carson, King of the Wonder. Yeah, let's do the first Terminator. We tried Terminator 2. Okay, fucking hell. Dude, we would have had it in one if we just did the normal Terminator. But because I had to do Judgment Day. Oh my god. Whatever. Okay, let's do the original. Paul Dano leads a revolution. Tom Holland mourns his friend. Jon Favreau is happy. Andy Serkis is a butler. Josh Brolin trying to run a company. Zendaya goes to Italy. Okay, Tom Holland mourns his friend. Zendaya goes to Italy. And I'm going to put Jon Favreau as happy up there. Lakeith Stanfield learns to use his white voice. Forrest Whitaker is transformed. Jake Gyllenhaal pretends to be a good guy. That's going to be Far From Home. Channing Tatum is a communist. Tessa Thompson joins the Union. Stephen Yeun is an activist. Scarlett Johansson dresses like a mermaid. Zoe Kravitz is very agile. Okay, Channing Tatum is a communist. Scarlett Johansson, mermaid. Tilda Swinton plays twins. And Josh Brolin is trying to run a company. That is going to be Hail Caesar. And then we have Paul Dano leads a revolution. Zoe Kravitz is very agile. We're going to put Andy Serkis as a butler. And then we're going to say Colin Farrell is in a lot of makeup. That's going to be the Batman, of course. Sorry to bother you. Jake Gyllenhaal pretends to be a good guy. Stephen Yeun is an activist. Paul Dano leads a revolution. And then Tilda Swinton plays twins. That's Okja. We fucking killed that one today. 5 stars. Moving on. Reversal. Friday, The Royal Tenenbaums, the Super Mario Brothers movie, Shanghai Noon, Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties, I Know What You Did Last Summer, King Kong, Midnight in Paris, Heartbreakers, The Fifth Element, Jackie Brown, The Tuxedo, Kung Fu Panda, Starsky and Hutch, Rush Hour, a Minecraft movie. A Minecraft movie, King Kong, Super Mario Brothers movie, and Kung Fu Panda, Jack Black, of course. Now I'm a bit stuck. I'm gonna be honest. Rush Hour, Starsky and Hutch. Wait, Rush Hour Friday? The Fifth Element? And then I Know What You Did Last Summer? Okay, well, we got Owen Wilson. It's gonna be Jackie Brown. Okay, Chris Tucker. That's what I've not seen any Chris Tucker movies. And then Jennifer Love Hewitt. Okay, and then we have A Tale of Two Kitties. Now we're stuck. I'm not gonna lie. Now we're a bit stuck. I think I feel like Midnight in Paris and King Kong feels right to me. I'll add in Heartbreakers. Does that do anything? Garfield Tale of Two Kitties? No. Tuxedo? No. Okay. Fuck. This down here doesn't really do much for me. Maybe King Kong? No. Maybe I Know What You Did Last Summer? No. Heartbreakers? No. I'm completely at a loss for words. I'm just gonna kind of throw shit around. We couldn't get there. Teaming up with Jackie Chan. Oh my god, dude. Of course it's teaming up with Jackie Chan. That's a good puzzle. We didn't get it, but that's a good one. I'm not even mad about it. I respect it. Okay, the critical. We are guessing the movie based on the Letterboxd review. If it ever loads. Okay, Reese. Let me move this. Me before the movie. Wow, new franchise movie. Me after the movie. Wow, I am now more comfortable with my own mortality and ready to confront my inevitable death. Dude, it's at like the tip of my tongue, man. There we go. It's like that. I think I've seen this review in the wild. Like I've seen this one, but and it's for like a new movie. I know that much. I know it's for a new movie. I think I'm gonna go Puss in Boots. It was. Oh my god. Wait. I genuinely didn't think it would be Puss in Boots. That's so funny. That's crazy. Okay, we kind of killed that one. I thought that would be more of a battle, but let's go. we cooked for Puss in Boots. All right. Speaking of battles, let's get into it. Everything's always changing up on me. Oh, the next Royale's in 3 minutes. I might just wait and join that. Warm up with a battle today. In the meantime, what are your thoughts on the barn crashing onto the road scene in My Own Private Idaho? So glad you brought that up. I wrote it down in my notes and then forgot to say it, but that's like one of my favorite moments in the whole movie. Like as a way of communicating an orgasm in that scene specifically, I thought that was like brilliant. I thought it was such a great editing choice and was like so one of those things you just don't see coming, you know? In a couple ways. But yeah, no, it's great. It's great. One of my favorite moments in the film. And like such a like simple way of kind of, you know, giving the viewer an idea of like what this film's whole thing is. Like that's just it's a kind of choice that's very unique to this movie and that only this movie can really pull off. But as far as like a greater meaning, I couldn't tell you, but I think it's a powerful image. But yeah, what will you do with the TV movies or films where Spielberg participated but didn't fully direct, like the Twilight Zone movies? I won't include those. Simple as that. Stuff where it's like a feature film that played in theaters or it was just like solely directed by him is all I'm concerned with. Masters of the Universe isn't bad. It's solid. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by some of the reactions to that. Given the fact that I have absolutely no connection to the material or this universe, this IP. Like I'm not super interested in seeing it, you know? But I'm happy. I mean, maybe like on an airplane someday. That's where I'll find it. But yeah, I'll get around to it. I'm more. There's too much that I'm behind on to make space for that one. I'm not the kind of critic or guy that's gonna see every single thing that comes out every year, and I've accepted that, and I don't really have a problem with that. I don't think that. I think people should not like waste their time with stuff that's obviously not really going to be their jam. I don't think you would like it, to be honest. Reminded me of Superman. Well, that's You might be right. No Moana. You know, I had a Moana video planned for a hot minute, and I might still do it. I'm very curious, but I also think that with these like, those kinds of movies, the Disney live action remakes, it's like you know exactly what you're gonna get, but like even more so than the film, the reviews at this point are more predictable than the movies. Like it's so everyone knows exactly how I'm gonna feel about it. So it's just kind of like what are we doing? I have some other ideas that are more fun that I think people would honestly rather see than that. But I could be wrong. I'll see like what the vibe is. Velvet Goldmine. We're gonna go May, December. You think we'll ever get a Digger trailer? There was a leak on Twitter a little bit ago with some stills that made it look absolutely amazing. I'm so excited, but I don't think it was supposed to ever make its way to Twitter. Train Spotting. Submit the film with the most shared cast and crew. That's obviously going to be T2 Train Spotting. And then Danny Boyle horror movie. Try to think. Danny Boyle horror movie. 28 Days Later, of course. There we go. It took me way too long to get there. I was like the James Franco thing was kind of a horror movie, but I can't even remember the title now. Will you review the new Scary Movie? I don't know if I want to touch that. Not because like I'm afraid of like backlash or anything, obviously, but I just don't. It does not seem like something I'm gonna like at all, dude. How are we so low? Submit the longest title. Doctor Sleep. This is not gonna be the longest title. I'm really bad with Doctor Sleep. Life of Chuck. I don't know. Alex checking back in. Good to see you, Alex. Doctor Strangelove full title. Not a bad idea, actually. Life been crazy recently. Good to see you, Karst. Alex, I'm glad to hear that. I love it when life gets a little crazy. It's kind of reminds you you're alive, Submit the longest title. Mission Impossible. The Final Reckoning is pretty long. And it's a film from any franchise. Kind of perfect. I think we have this one in the bag. Yep. We got there. 10 others. We all had the same idea. Submit the longest title. Defend your position. What is World's End is not a long. Maybe this one has a connection. No. Tom Cruise other long titles. I can't really think. We're just gonna go The World's End though. Don't think that's gonna do it. Is the chat delayed? It might be a little delayed. Okay, we're still alive. Link to an Oscar-winning film. Did Pulp Fiction go empty-handed? Or Usual Suspects? Best screenplay, I'm pretty sure. This is a bit cutthroat. I don't expect to win, but I'm going to give this my my best shot. Link to a film from the 2020s. One battle after another. Of course. We got there. We're staying alive. We're doing our absolute best. Oh, the Star Wars film. You're right. What do you think of the magazine store in my own private Idaho? I thought that scene was great. Okay, link to an Oscar-winning film. Oscar-winning film. There will be blood, man. I don't know. This is a walk in the park so far. Last place is at 31. I'm at 33. Things could be better. I'll say that much. We need to get real obscure real fast. One battle after another. Link to a Western film. Link to a film from the 2010s. Well, what if we did There Will Be Blood? Is that a Western? Not really. Not really at all. And it's not even 2010s. That's actually that's bad for us. Sean Penn Western. I can't really think of it. I got eliminated off that. You make one mistake and that's it. You call There Will Be Blood a Western and they kick you out of the game. Well, at least we can battle now. Let's see. Let me just see if my kit can be changed, if anything's different. I doubt it. I think everything's the same. Yeah, everything's the same. We are going to stick with our Timothée Chalamet win condition because it's just what I'm good at. And we should do what we're good at. I'm going to do a stranger round before I play anybody who's a member, just because I like to play at least one random. Manners Dan. Please and thank you. Did you see Pressure? I thought it was pretty good. I actually am gonna make the time to see it. The trailer looks like a fake movie, but it also kind of looks not terrible. I like Andrew Scott. I like Brendan Fraser. Sleepy Hollow, Tim Burton. Alice in Wonderland 2010. You need 90s romance. I need Timothée Chalamet. This is not a good place to be. But that's okay. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. We're going to hit you with Wonka. Doesn't work. Half-Blood Prince. I'm going to hit you with Little Women 2019, of course. With a block on that for obvious reasons. I just ordered a spicy chicken sandwich. That sounds absolutely amazing. From where? Jurassic Park. Laura Dern. Jeff Goldblum. Catch Me If You Can. Almost missed that. And a big old block on that as well. 90s romance, kind of a good win condition, I'm realizing very quickly. That opens this person up to a lot. And to be fair, Catch Me If You Can, maybe the worst thing to play against someone who has that. Turner and Hooch, it's going to be Finch, 2021. And another block, man. We're stuck in Tom Hanks here. Can't believe I remembered Finch. The Burbs. Who do we have? Bruce Dern, Carrie Fisher, Corey Feldman, Bruce Dern, Nebraska. Let's get back to the real world here. I will make ribs tonight. That's goddamn right you will. I watched Is This Thing On? The kitchen scene was strange. The kitchen scene is extremely strange. And you know what? I was thinking about Is This Thing On when I watched Running on Empty this week, which has like 3 scenes that have a very similar vibe to that kitchen scene in Is This Thing On, where you're just kind of like, what the fuck? But it's more like justified because of what the plot of that film is. Duel. Very sad for Marjane Satrapi passing away. Big inspiration for me. Yes, someone touched on that earlier. Fucking hell. Shortcuts, please. Gosford Park. Por favor. Richard Dreyfuss. Holly Hunter. Crash. I guess that's not the Crash I meant. But okay. I meant to do the other Crash. But yes, very sad. Made me want to give Persepolis a rewatch. Screen frozen? Are you serious? Is it still frozen? You are moving, but not the game? One second. Had to restart the capture. We're back. Sorry, lads. It's stuck on Duel. Man's taking his time on Duel. Now it's good. Incredible. Incredible. The Blind Side. How has this person not put a single point on the board for 90s romance? Also, are they stumped on the... Okay, they got there. They really got there. And I'm out. All right, this round's not going that well, to be honest with you. Even though I only need 2 Timmy movies, I feel far away from where I need to be. About a Boy, Nicholas Hoult. We're gonna take you all the way up to Superman 2025. Feels good. You should try today's Wordle. Actually, I will after this. John, what was that game you sent me that it was really goofy, but I was like, wait, I could do that on stream. I should also do the what's it called? The game where I guess the movie based on the still. American Hustle, Don't Look Up. We're in it. We're in it. Minion Doll, yes. I was like, oh shit. Titanic. Fucking Kathy Bates, I thought. Maybe someone who's in Wonka. Men, Women, and Children. Or maybe it was Beautiful Boy. Oh. What the fuck was that? I'll take it, man. Oh my god. Okay. Hoofus's. I'm gonna do you first. Lighthouse. I'm trying to remember who Lighthouse Bird is. This is the thing about the members thing, is I forget who is who. Absolute. That was a huge Hail Mary. Yeah. Okay, you need Thank the Academy. I need Timothée Chalamet. We are in an interesting place. I'm gonna go The Brutalist. Oh no, back to battle. I don't want to leave. Oh shit. Oh, this is gonna get real weird. We're gonna do Play 2011. I should have saved that one, to be honest with you, but it's all good. I got another idea. Can't think of another Ruben Östlund. You put yourself in a place you did not want to be. Okay. How you feel about The Square? What do you know about The Square? Just a little rush. Favorite queer film? That's a good question. I need to think on it. There's a couple absolute heaters that I'm blanking on. Ocean's 11, we're going to go with California Split. I'm playing a different game here. We're not going close to Timmy, but I'm not mad about it. Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. Little Monsters. No, Little Murders. Mysterious Skin is very high up there. Yeah. Portrait of a Lady on Fire up there. Nowhere. Brazil. We're in Brazil. That's going to send us to Two Popes. Not a bad place to be. Actually, terrible place. Okay, you didn't clock it. What the fuck? That's a insane poll. That's an insane poll. We are gonna just figure this one out. What was that other movie? I can't think of it. What was that movie? The one out of Brazil. Better Man. Oh, you're just fucking screwing me right now, dog. What are these movies? Fuck. How'd this happen? What are we doing? I can't. It was I'm Still Here. I don't think there was a connection there. Dude, Better Man is a disaster. You don't want to be there. Yeah. Do your worst here. We'll go New York. No, we're not. Actually, yeah, we will. New York. Go for it. Godfather Part 2. What the fuck? Shit. Oh no. Didn't work. One from the Heart. Blocked. Dude, I kind of do want to watch the Cape Fear show. I saw a trailer for it and it looked really good. Yeah. Okay. Just calm down. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. What about a little Pillion? Not too bad. Infinity Pool. Possessor 2020. Now we sit back and we pray. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? What do you mean? Oh, man. I'm actually pissed. I didn't know there was a connection from Possessor to the Return of the King. Anemone. Oh, just fucking end my life. That's fine. My Beautiful Laundrette. We're good. Uh-huh. That's what I was gonna do. Daniel Day-Lewis. What can you do with that? Just going to rush you a little bit. Yep. That's okay. That's okay. Bad place to be. Real bad. 5 easy pieces. Okay. That's okay. Figure it out. Figure it out. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. I thought that was genius. I thought it was genius, man. Oh, man. I stopped thinking about Timmy. I was not thinking about the Timmy win condition. I was just trying to trap him because I knew anywhere I went with Timmy was just like a little bit away from an, like if anything I did was Timmy, like you could just go to Dune and then end my shit. So I was like, I just need to get somewhere obscure. But I forgot that we talked about targets on the broadcast, so you probably knew about fucking the Last Picture Show. God damn it. Where's Beautiful Boy to save me? Oh my god. What a place to start. Let's see what you know. This is going to get real ugly for both of us real fast. Are you going to any World Cup matches in LA? I'm not, unfortunately. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I saved us. We don't need to do that. In the theater, straight up disclosing it, dude. Fuck. I should use that. It's really good. Daniel Craig. What's that movie with, no. Sex, Party, and Lies. Ghosted. Oh, fuck. Is that Chris Pratt? It's not Chris Pratt. Looks a lot like Chris Pratt, though. Who are we looking at here? That's Wagner Moura. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Good Fortune. Aziz Ansari, Seth Rogen. Go Steve Jobs. Hunger. Steve McQueen. Shame. God, dude. Hope is going to be such a power move in Cine 2 Nerdle. Once it's out. This is bad. Let's skip this. I don't know how to get out of this. Is it because I didn't know how to spell assassin? Maybe a little bit, but Annette. Man. Patterson. Brendan Gleeson is in Assassin's Creed. Good to know. Good to know. Whoa! Oh, we're doing this? We're doing this soul number? That's crazy. This is bold. You know I know my Aki Kaurismäki. Le Havre. Match Factory Girl. How deep does your Finnish cinema knowledge go? Because mine, I regret to inform you, mine does not go that far either. And I'm realizing now it's over for me. can't get out of Aki Kaurismäki. That's it. That's it. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Dude, is there any other Finnish director out there? Oh, man. That was a pretty funny place to get stuck in. I'm not going to lie. That was a good game. Do some stunts for a Jackass video? You know, maybe a couple years ago. I think I'm at an age, though, and I've had too much issues with my knee. Too many issues, sorry. That I don't think that's a good idea. But I will say, I went climbing yesterday for the first time in like a month and managed to still flash a V5, not to flex. And it was by campusing, not to brag. Cloud Atlas, Tom Hanks, Turner and Hooch. You need Service the Fans. I need Timothée Chalamet. Got to research my Finnish cinema. Me too, dog. You've been climbing again too. John, I'll be in Chicago soon. We should do it. Kaurismäki's brother is also a filmmaker. That's good to know. I wish I knew any of his movies. A hologram for the king. What an insane poll. I'm going to do Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to do Toy Story. I'm going to steal that right under your nose. I was like, Tom Hanks doesn't do franchises. He's got a franchise coming out this month. Oh, you got Cars? Okay. Hey, that's all good. Well, actually, instead of, there's a couple routes I could go here. You know where I want to go. But I think it'd be wiser to go Finch. See, I'm not so predictable. I'm not going to just automatically go Paul Newman every time Cars shows up. Easy as that is, I think Finch has become one of my new favorite plays. Because how much do you really know about Finch? There's someone in here that can get you out. I did not watch the Tonys, no. I never know, like, I'm not familiar with what's there. We're going to do bodies. What's the worst question you've heard at a Q&A? Oh, that's a great question in itself. And I've heard so many bad ones. And for the life of me, I can't think of any of them right now. Like, I try to leave my body in the moment that it's happening. Like, the act of keeping that in my memory is impossible. Pete Davidson. Oh, someone's got to be in Don't Look. No? It's going to be a skip on me. Some sexist bullshit, some racist bullshit. Yes, both of those for sure have been asked at Q&As. It's really like, it's insane the things that people ask. Shit. Come on. I was like, isn't she in Don't Look Up? I'm like pretty sure, and that's going to be a block. Most recent one that pissed me off was someone at Cannes asking Sandra Hüller at the Fatherland press conference if there were plans for a Project Hail Mary sequel. I was not there, but I saw the clip, and that made me want to jump out of my skin. It was horrible. Ricky and the Flash. Meryl Streep, Little Women. We're back. Block. He goes Dune 2 here, no? What could I have gone Dune 2? He could have gone, well, I don't know. His win condition is Service the Fans. So it is play 5 franchise movies in sequential order starting from a first entry, first, second, third, fourth, etc. to win. Movies must be from different franchises. Devil Wears Prada, Stanley Tucci, or Anne Hathaway. Let's throw you up to Mother Mary. We're getting enough 2026 films where we could start playing the year. I forget what it's called. The one where you name movies from the current year. Anne Hathaway, Third Strike. I don't know who else is in Ella Enchanted, to be honest. To me, it sounds good. What was I gonna say? Oh, I've been playing Silk Song a lot, like a lot. That was the thing I was gonna bring up. Is that's been my week, is playing a lot of Silk Song, and Cool Cat Saves the Kids. I'm gonna block that. I don't know what kind of franchise we're working with here. Cool Cat versus Dirty Dog, The Virus Wars. Is there a Dirty Dog spinoff? I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. Any thoughts on new Persona? No thoughts, to be honest with you. I'm British. Who's Cool Cat? You know as much as I do. The BFG. Bones and all. Mark Rylance. Good game. Let's go. That's why you play the Timmy win condition. Thunder Curl. I'm assuming you're a member. I think anyone I've added, I've confirmed as a member. After this, I'm going to boot up the Wordle. Because someone suggested I play it. Which means I'm going to guess movie first round. But yeah, no, Silk Song has been extremely frustrating, but fun. Even though I know I'm like 6 months late to the party, but I'm having a good time. Okay, you need Timothée Chalamet. I need Timothée Chalamet. We're on Brick. I'm going to go Looper. Yeah. Did the Look Back trailer come out today or something? Is that why people keep asking about it? What about the new Possession? Did that trailer come out too? Don John. Scarlett Johansson. I thought she was in that. Well, safe place to be, I think. Gloria Bell. Safe. Oh, man. This is looking pretty good, actually. Okay, Gladiator 2. Thelma. Fred Hetchinger. One of the greats. The Saw video game is wild to be actually happening. That is crazy. You know, I've never seen the Saw movies. It might be another crazy thing for me to admit out loud, but I've never seen them. Something to consider for future broadcast episodes. Uh-oh. June Squibb in Seoul. What's that movie called? Lucky? No. Let's not get fancy with it. Tron airs. Why not? I think I'm safe there. Pretty sure. Past lives. Through to September 5. We're doing weird stuff with this. This is a weird round. This is very odd. Garden State. Peter Sarsgaard was just in The Bride. Am I safe there? I think. Oh, man. Carson, can we do a food tier list like the sandwich one from a few months ago? Absolutely, yeah. I thought everybody hated the food tier list, to be honest. But I'd happily do it again. Ain't nobody going to get points this game. Yeah, we are pretty far away. The Prestige. Well, point on the board. Point on the fucking board. Food was fun. Yeah, I'm open to it. I'm open to, like, cereal tier list, Pop-Tarts, pastries. You can tell where my mind's at. Dune Part 2? No. Let the right one in. Oh, yeah. Can we have a Discord chat on food? Yeah, absolutely. To, like, you know, you could even, like, share recipes, discuss different movie snacks, just food in general, food takes. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. John, are you able to do that? I can do it. I can do it. Toy Story. My dinner with Andre. I always forget when it's dinner time in Chicago, it's breakfast time in Carson's Kind. What the fuck? It's not true. The Princess Bride. Wallace Shawn. Marriage Story. Think Block. Soda tier list. I would have zero thoughts. I don't drink soda and have not my whole life. I don't know what, like, Pepsi tastes like, for example. I've never had Pepsi. Black Klansman. Adam Driver. Yeah, no, let's do Spike Lee. You don't? Huh? How did I not know that? That's insane. From a young age, would only drink water and milk, and thought, like, fizzy stuff was unbearable. Like, I hated fizzy drinks, and anything that just, like, tasted a little, like, the flavored liquid was really kind of bad to me. I hated it so much. And, like, the few times I'd accidentally drink soda, I would be like, this tastes like chemicals. That hurts my mouth. So I just didn't do it. Fucking John Turturro. We are so different, you and I. I'm not still drinking milk, but I have warmed up to fizzy drinks. Like, I drink Celsius and bubblers and beer, certainly. Alcohol. Coach Carter. But there's, like, not a single part of me that has any urge to drink soda, and I've gone this long. The only time I've never had a full can of soda. Let me put it that way. I've accidentally drank Sprite. I've had sips of Coke, but I've never I've never had a full can of soda. Luca. What's the new one? Just came out. New Pixar movie, not that one, but that's fine. Sparkling water is goated. I've never had a full thing of like I've never had like a Perrier or a LaCroix. I've actually no, there's been like restaurants and stuff and like situations where that's all they had and I've had that. Yeah, I don't like soda. And I'm really glad because I heard it's terrible for you and your teeth, but more specifically your teeth. I think that's why I've only ever had one cavity in my life is because I've never had soda. Like I've never, but I'd imagine like fucking these energy drinks are doing some damage. So sing. Insane pull on my part. What kind of restaurant only has sparkling water? What world are you living in? You've never had a cavity and you drink soda constantly. Okay, well, that's great, man. That's great. I'm just saying that, like, it's not unhealthy to not drink soda. Yes, Wes Anderson has a voice role in Sing. You heard it here first. Wes Anderson, Third Strike, doesn't exist. Bill Murray, Willem Dafoe. Oh, I don't know why I went there. And I'm just saying you're weird. I'm not weird for this, man. I'm just saying it tastes weird to me. It just doesn't taste good. There's so many other beverages in the world. Like I love coffee. I love an orange juice. I love fruit juices. I love tea. Fuck 7-Up. Like that's like I've had 7-Up before. I've had like a sip and I've been like, why would anyone voluntarily drink this? Nightmare Alley. Good game. Good game. Okay, we are going to do the Wordle. All right. I mean, yeah. Nope. I haven't done the Wordle in like years. That's not true. Months. Drink. Speaking of. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Let's do something that ends with like well, N, I'm assuming, goes in the front. And it's probably like something N-I, maybe like T-H? No. God, why do I feel like this is going to be a bad one? Shoot. Snippy. Nope. What about, what do we have for vowels? Ian? That's not going to work. Maybe it does. Oh, nope. Is a lint a word? A ling? Not alien. I'm going to do alien just to see where N is. Okay, that was a pretty good idea at the end of the day. That's crazy. Okay, a line. There we go. There we go. Hell yeah. Okay, let's do that movie game where we're I'm forgetting what it's. Movie still game? Framed. Yes, framed, of course. Oh, dude, this is this not the conversation? It's not. Pain assessment tool. Get a better view on that. This looks old. This looks old as fuck. I doubt it's Rosemary's Baby. I don't know why I was getting that vibe. Nope, not at all. Whoa. Okay, I don't think I've seen this movie. Let me come clean about that. I've never seen Poltergeist, but why does this give that? No? Oh, it's Smile. It's not an old movie. Damn. Smile looks kind of good. This feels like this should have been the last clue. I don't know why this was third. Bro, Lemonade? I hate the way Lemonade tastes. Sorry. I love apple juice. Do love some apple juice. Minion Dole is not a real game. It's not a real game, John. I can't play it. You hate Lemonade? Let's get a couple more battles in. Could you play more/less? Yeah, what is that? Hey, sorry about that weird battle. Off day, thanks for playing, Carson. You no need to be sorry. No need to be sorry. Honestly, I love a weird battle. The weirder, the better. Secrets and Lies. I don't like starting off with a Mike Lee rabbit hole. What's your go-to fast food drink? I'm about to get toasted. I don't know if I can say it out loud. I don't know if I have it in me. Oh. I like a bottle of water. Not a cup. Not the free cup. I want a bottle of water. You're getting milk at McDonald's. That would be a better answer, in my opinion. What the fuck is Little Voice? Get familiar with the Swarm. Not even a Gatorade or Powerade? Ew, no. Sorry. Actually, I love Powerade, but I don't like it. I have a weird thing against the cups at fast food restaurants. The more you guys ask and the more we talk about this, the weirder I'm getting. And I this is why we can't go too deep, because but I have a weird thing against the cups. They taste bad. What the fuck is Pick Up on South Street? Let's get out of here. Why though? They have a taste. They have a taste that affects things. Bonnie and Clyde. What? The parallax view. You really sound like an alien who replaced Karsten and is trying to sound normal and opinionated. John, you know me better than any of these guys. This is who I am. Are you picky about food too, or just drinks? I'm super open with food as long as it's nut free. I'm very open with food. I hate goat cheese. That's it. It's just goat cheese. But anything else, I'm completely fine with. That's it. On Dick Tracy. On Dick Tracy of all movies. What was that game you suggested? More/less? Let me just look into this first. Oh, this is the shit that Northern Lion plays. I can't go full Northern Lion, man. I can't be that guy. As fun as this would be really good for stream, but he kind of has this one on lock. I can't do this. I can't go full clone. I'll end up bald. Just go for it. Might as well. No, see, Cine 2 Nerdle is like my lane. Like, this is where I belong. This is a game that was like made for me. And I firmly believe I could probably take him if he's ever open to a match. But to go into that territory, like, that's his lane. That's his lane. So now I'm just these guys. No, you're the members. The members. I know you guys better than my own family at this point. Speaking of Pink Baby Zebra, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Thank you. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Don John. It's got to be Don John. There's another one I sent you. I can't remember. I need to do some research into some new games. As much as I love Cine 2 Nerdle, I do need some new games. I'll admit that. I will admit that. Um, 10 things I hate about you. Let's take it up a notch. That's fine. Ow! Saw right through me. Okay. Not a good play. How is the poll going? I'll check that. I can do that much. Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. There we go. The poll. Despicable Me 4. Despicable Me 4. Well, obviously, Beautiful Boy. Walked right into that one. Block it. The 40-year-old virgin. Nope. Okay. Steve Carell, Third Strike. Not really a third strike at all, but Foxcatcher. Ooh, it's a close match, the poll. The Watermelon Woman has snuck ahead at 38%. Milk, 35%. Give me 1 second. Spotlight. Not to do this again. Okay, that worked. I didn't want to do it again, but I had to. And Titanic And French Dispatch. Nope. Okay. We're going to do Piranhas. Piranha 2, The Spawning. When are we watching Muzzy on stream? It's a good question. Actually, my roommate and I, we did the thing where you just pull up YouTube videos on the TV and you just, we did that for a while, and we were watching this movie trivia game. It was kind of like those Jubilee videos, but it's just people going down like one by one, doing like movie trivia elimination. And I was like, I could watch this on stream, but that kind of drifts into slop territory, if I'm going to be honest. But I mean, that's kind of what live streaming is, no? It's something to think about. Ghostbusters, French Dispatch, good game. You can play When Taken movies. Guess when and where a film was set. Okay. This is easy. Well, this is Caught Stealing. I know that much. When it was set, fairly recently, like, I don't know if it's modern day, but I think it's like 2000, maybe 2008, and it's New York. Is it New York? Wait, is it New York? What does that say? Yeah. What, you guys can't even see. There we go. Lock it in. 1997. I was 9 years off. It was the 90s? It was New York, though. Pretty on point. Pretty on point. Okay. I don't know this movie. Is this Bridge Over the River Kauai? I don't know where that is. But I haven't seen this movie. I'm going to guess like the 50s. The 50s, 30s. Colombia. Okay, I got the movie right, I will say, but River Kwai is in Thailand. I did not know this. That's good to know. Not our best, locations-wise at all, but we do know our movies. Oh, shit. Okay. 90s. Easy 90s, I feel like. Could be like early 2000s. Trying to get the haircut's kind of 90s though. I'm going to say late 90s, like maybe 98. And Europe for sure. Can we see the license plates from here? Are those even European plates? I guess this could be the States, but I think it's Europe. I think it's Europe. I think it's like not Hamburg. I think it's oh man. Dusseldorf. Why not? They look a little like maybe it's Denmark. Maybe it's fucking Copenhagen. 98 Copenhagen. Okay. I'm glad I ultimately did that. It was Finland. I was 8 years off. It's 2006. That was not that bad. I'm really glad I switched up my location last minute. Not too bad. Okay. Well, This could, dude, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Dude, I get my now. This game is very good. I'm trying to clock the movie. I'm gonna guess like 30. I'm gonna guess like 39. And I'm going. Literally GeoGuessr and Cine Nerdle combined. How is it Cine to Nerdle? The Backrooms is it somehow takes place in like 3 different countries. You know what? I might go France. There's something about the foliage that's like telling me France, to be honest. Not, dude. How did I know? How did I know? It was Paris. It was Paris. I never would have gone Paris, but why? Like last minute was like, there's something French. This is tough. This is really tough. Okay. I think I'm gonna go 50s, 58. Maybe 66, early 60s, 64. Chicago. They want you to go New York. I'm going Chicago. Loop. Lock it in. It was... Sometimes you got to trust your gut. It was Breakfast at Tiffany's. I haven't seen it. Dude. Okay, we did all right. We did all right. 773 out of 1,000, I think. That's... Is that good? Like, is that pretty good? I was going to say, they could have tricked us and it was like Ohio or something. Cool. I thought... You said cool dull. I thought you were saying cool die. And I was like, damn, man, from a member too. Yeah, no, this is a really good game. I will definitely be doing this moving forward. The website is When Taken. Pretty self-explanatory. When was it taken? Movies. Okay. Let's do some call-ins. I realize I didn't have the number up for most of stream, as I usually forget to do. But now it's up. If you wanted to call in, you can leave a voicemail asking for a movie recommendation. Let me know what you're looking for, and I will recommend you a movie or 2 or 3. Let's run it. Let me make sure this works. This one came in today, I think? Yeah. Okay, but it didn't... One second. Let's do it.
This is Nick. I am calling Hi, Karsten. This is Nick. I am calling directly from Melbourne, Australia.
Oh.
So I don't know if this is even going to reach.
Shout out Melvin.
My 4 favorite movies are Apocalypse Now.
Yep.
It's Such a Beautiful Day.
Great.
Mulholland Drive.
Uh-huh.
And After Sun.
Ooh.
And what I'm looking for is something that's basically on the opposite side of the spectrum from all of them. So if you can find that perfect recommendation, send it to me on the broadcast. Well, thank you, and have a nice day, Karst.
Thank you for calling in, Nick. Appreciate it. Something on the opposite side of the spectrum from Apocalypse Now, It's Such a Beautiful Day, Mulholland Drive, and After Sun. You might be like, what do all of these have in common? I would argue they're all fairly existential. they all kind of like really fuck with your head. You leave the theater being like, who am I? In a sense. So whatever is the opposite of that, something that makes you feel comfortable, maybe like something a little bit more laid back and tame. Something nice and comfortable. You know, truthfully, if you really want the opposite of that vibe, I'm going to go with the Christopher Guest film, A Mighty Wind. You might be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But like, that's a completely different movie experience. Let me just make sure I'm getting the title right. A Mighty Wind. Yeah, A Mighty Wind, the Christopher Guest film. Yeah, it's a really funny mockumentary about a never quite famous folk band, or three never quite famous folk bands, who come together for the first time in decades following the death of their manager to put on a reunion concert in his honor at the request of his son. It's a very funny movie. It's fun, it's light, but it's like still worth watching. Like it's still, there's something to it that's like very meaningful and good. And yeah, it's the polar opposite of what you're looking for. So, A Mighty Wind, Christopher Guest. Okay, we got a few new ones that just came in. Let's play some of these.
Hey, so my 4 favorites of the year so far are Happy Hour by Ryusuke Hamaguchi, Barry Lyndon, Nashville, and Playtime. I'm looking for something kind of lighthearted, but with emotional heft that is preferably under 2 hours. Thank you.
Sorry, I think it's so funny though. Like 3 out of those 4 are beasts, man. Like, like Happy Hour. What is that? Like 5 hours long. The name of that last movie was A Mighty Wind. Happy Hour pushing 5 hours. I'm pretty sure. Barry Lyndon 3 hours. Nashville almost 3. Playtime also pretty big. So, you want something with real emotional heft that is preferably under 2 hours. I can't blame you. Over 5, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, something a bit on the lighter side, under 2 hours. I mean, I'm gonna throw another Hamaguchi at you. Evil Does Not Exist is another one of his that's small, but just as like epic in ideas as any of his greats. Though the fact that you watched Happy Hour makes me feel like you've probably seen this one. If not that, I'm going to recommend Happy Together, the Wong Kar-wai film, which we watched for the broadcast. You may have already seen that one as well now that I think about it, but also has some real emotional heft to it and is not that long. Lola, Jacques Demy seems like something that would be up your alley. Or Umbrellas of Cherbourg has real, I mean, that's much shorter movie, but has like real, like feels like you got hit by a bus by the end. So those are my recs. Hopefully you haven't seen at least one of those, but yeah. Next one.
Hello, my name's Kenny. My 4
Hi,
favorite
Kenny.
films are Heathers, Bottle Rock, and Fight Club. But a new addition to that was what I watched a couple days ago, which is I'm Not There by Todd Haynes. It's
Damn.
about the many lives of Bob Dylan, and it's honestly great. I'm just looking for something in that sort of films. Thank you.
Man, you beat me. I've been wanting to watch I'm Not There. I've heard it's very good. I'm glad you liked it. So much so that it made the top 4 even. Nice to meet you, Kenny. Heather's Bottle Rocket and Fight Club, as well as I'm Not There. Tough lineup to work with. Trying to see the similarity in them all. I'm seeing like maybe a little teen angst, maybe a little bit of angst. I don't know. Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. It's at the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna recommend to you something with some high energy, something that, I mean, My Own Private Idaho, if you didn't watch it this week, is a really good rec. I think you would really like it based on your taste. But besides that, fuck, I can only think of other Broadcast movies. Like Stand By Me, if you haven't seen it, might really work for you. Damn. Okay, I have a crazy one. I have one that you're gonna be like, fuck you, what is this movie? But it's it's called, let me get the name right. I watched it a little bit ago. It is a Hu Shaoshen movie called The Boys from Feng Kui from 1983. It's on the Criterion Channel. It's only 98 minutes long. I'll read the synopsis. Ah Ching and his friends have just finished school in their island fishing village and now spend most of their time drinking and fighting. 3 of them decide to go to the port city of Kaohsiung to look for work. They find an apartment through relatives, and Ah Ching is attracted to the girlfriend of a neighbor. There they face the harsh realities of the big city. It's a great film, and it has this like sort of youthful angst and real like profundity to it that I think you would really get down with based on what you have here. It's a bit out there compared to this top 4, but it's on Criterion Channel. The Boys. I'll type in the damn name. I'm glad one person in chat knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, give it a watch. It might change your life. No, sorry, it's The Boys From. Sorry. Give it a watch. Great film. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. And if I didn't get to yours that you sent in literally today, I will get to it in a future broadcast.
Hey, Karst. My name is Luke. My top 4 is Chungking Express,
nice.
Beau Travail, Daisies, and Wet Hot American Summer. I'm looking for something kind of zany and fun, but also that's gonna kind of knock my socks off, you know? All right. Check you later, man.
Check you later. Okay, damn, I would recommend the exact same movie to you, but let me think of something else. Something zany and fun that will also knock your socks off. I mean, you're looking for... If you haven't seen Mysterious Skin yet, that could work for you. It'll knock your socks off is a bit of an understatement on that one. But, yeah, I think you'll really like it. I'll also recommend... Shoot. Can I call you and talk in Spanish? Go for it. I'm not going to do any more today, but like for a future one, absolutely. Zany and fun that'll also knock your sock. I mean, yeah, a Matt Johnson film is perfect. Yeah. I'm just assuming you've seen it. If you haven't seen a damn Matt Johnson movie, though, any of his, for sure. Sorry. It's coming to me. Greener Grass. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Fucking... Wait. It's... Dude, oh my god, wait. There's literally, like, it's right... Brazil, man! I mean, you've probably already watched Brazil for the broadcast, but... If you didn't watch Brazil, pretty much exactly what you're looking for. Zany and fun, and also insane, and really, really disturbing and crazy and great. Yeah, check out Brazil if you haven't, or if you have, check out some other Terry Gilliam films. He sounds like someone you'll really get down with. Yeah, okay. Guys, it is 4:13. I think it's time to call it. Thank you for tuning in this week. This was a fun one. This was fun. We got some new games, new stuff to look forward to. Listen, a bit of I can't believe I didn't say this earlier, but I have a bit of a thing going on with my family, and I might be able to stream next week. I might not be able to, and I apologize in advance. I'm sorry that I'm all over the place and we've skipped so many weeks recently, but it's just been like kind of a crazy time. So just a heads up, if I'm not able to stream next week, we will be back the next week. Talking about Let's check the poll. Who won? The Watermelon Woman. We're going to be talking about the Watermelon Woman. I'm honestly stoked because we didn't need to watch another Gus Van Sant. We'll save that for another week. The Watermelon Woman. Guys, I will see you maybe next week, maybe the next week, talking about that. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, a lot of member exclusive videos to look out for. So if you aren't a member already, good excuse to join and support the channel. Okay, love you guys.